geospatial professionals are always thinking about how we can use geospatial data in carrying out modeling and geospatial analysis. Because there is no way you can model the trend of poverty in the world if you don't have a foundation. And the foundation is the data. Good day, everyone. My name is Sobeo Chika Okorocha. I'm a geospatial consultant. I'm the principal consultant at Sacredion Nigeria Limited. Our office is in Lagos. It's a pleasure to be on this platform to be making this presentation. I want to thank Ezine for all what she's doing at the United Nations World Data Forum. It's highly commendable, and I appreciate everyone for coming up to show up live in this presentation. It's good that it's been recorded. I believe she's going to share it across to everyone that registered and others that might be interested in this forum. So I'm speaking on Open Geospatial Data Platform to harness non-official sources for 2030 agenda. Like we all know, the 2030 agenda of the United Nations has 17 goals. So I'm going to be speaking on how can we source for geospatial data. We know that it's difficult and very expensive to acquire geospatial data, but are there other sources, maybe non-official sources? Maybe you're not carrying out an official, but you still want to contribute to achieving the SDG goals. That's what we'll be talking about. Where can you find this data? Are they available? Is it open? And since we are talking about open geospatial data, you know that this data is available for free. So let me just go on with the presentation. So the United Nations has, like I said earlier, has 17 sustainable development goals. This is actually a global goal, so it's not only Nigeria. Is not concerned about Nigeria. It's concerned the entire world is interested in this goal. I'm just going to give a summary of those 17 goals. Then I'll go into how can we have data to solve this problem at a global level. Where can we source for data? Anywhere you are in the world, where can you source for data to solve this problem? So at least you can begin to carry out geospatial analysis in relation to solving this problem. Number one is the SDG goal. Agenda 1 is end poverty in all its form everywhere in the world. So the United Nations is interested in ending poverty all over the world. So we know if we're going to solve the poverty problem, we need to know the socioeconomical trend of the world. Where are the nations that have high poverty rates? Where are the nations that we need to focus on in terms of food production? We need to understand that. Number 2, end hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. So you know, it is impossible for you to end poverty if you don't begin to think about how can we improve agricultural trend all over the world, agricultural production, improve also the quality of nutrition all over the world. So we can see goal number 1 and goal number 2 are related. Number 3, ensure healthy lives, promote well-being for all. 4, ensure inclusive, equitable, quality education, and promote lifelong learning opportunity for all. Achieve gender equality, empower all women and girls. Ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. 7, ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. 8, sorry, the slide is covering 8. Let me just move it up a little bit. So 8, promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. Agenda 9, build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. 10, reduce income inequality within and among countries. 11, make cities and human settlement inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. 12, ensure sustainable consumption, production pattern. 13, take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact by regulating emissions and promoting development in renewable energy. 14, conserve and sustainably use the ocean, sea, and marine resources for sustainable development. 15, protect, restore, promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem. So we are talking about the terrestrial ecosystem, combating desertification, ensuring that the forest life is being preserved, biodiversity. 16, promoting peaceful and inclusive society for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. 17, strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the pattern for sustainable development. I had to read that 17 goal before giving a summary of them. Now, the 17 goals, if you look at what we've gone through, you discover that it has to do with poverty eradication, it has to do with the sustainability of the aquatic life, the sustainability of the forest life, also employment availability all over the world, then infrastructural development all over the world, and global peace. So that is like a summary of the 17 goals. But if we are going to achieve this, we need data. And that's why geospatial professionals are always thinking about how we can use geospatial data in carrying out modeling and geospatial analysis. Because there is no way you can model the trend of poverty in the world if you don't have a foundation. And the foundation is the data. What are the data available? So if we know the data that is available, where a particular problem is being experienced, and the spatial information about that location, we can begin to model what we call, like, we can begin to model trend that will bring about change and development to solve and tackle that problem. So for us to achieve this 2030 agenda, if you know we are already in 2021, that means we have just 9 years. We need the right data source. And if data is difficult for us to find, then are there available data we can access? That is why you are here, so that we can let you know that there are data available that's been made available, open source data. So the next part of this presentation will talk about this open source data that you and I can begin to take advantage of in carrying out several modeling problems, several activities inclusively in your community, in your society, in your country that will solve this problem. So I'll begin. What are this type of data? What are the data required? So if you've gone through that 17 goals with me and the summary I've given about it, you will discover that the data we'll need is one raster data set. And one of the raster data sets is satellite imagery. We need to understand the satellite imagery at different levels in the world. Now, where is your location of interest? You need to have satellite imagery. Now, you can have interest in getting a drone imagery of your location of interest, but you know drone imagery are difficult to acquire. It requires some level of resources. But there are free satellite imagery that you can even use in carrying out your planning. There are also free access to digital terrain models that you can use for infrastructural planning, at least feasibility study and analysis. Then another data set is vector data sets. We are talking about street maps, point of interest like hospitals, locations of schools. Those are points of interest, locations of utility, electricity poles, maybe bank facility, water utilities. Where are all these available? Those are vector data sets. So we can also look at those data. How can we access those data in an open source environment, open source platforms that are available for us to access those data so that we can begin to use them in solving this problem. Another data of importance is socioeconomic data. And we're talking about population data, economic distribution data, climate change data, health data, data. This is just to mention the platform open data. Now, special professionals know Esri. Esri is one of the biggest platforms for there. And here you can also access satellite imagery on this platform. You know, I mentioned satellite imagery, and they are very important. You can access several levels of satellite imagery. Landsat, Sentinel-2, and land cover maps can be accessed from this platform. Digital elevation models can also be accessed from this platform. SRTM data, the ASTAR data. These are digital terrain models you can use and carry out various irrigation analysis, feasibility study to understand the terrain in an area you are interested that the agricultural activity is ongoing, or an area where irrigation farming, where they have interest in carrying out irrigation farming. So this is another platform where you can go and download such data. We have the OpenStreetMap. Now, street maps are vector-based information. So, and from what we have here, let me raise this up a little bit so we can actually see this clearly. Now, from OpenStreetMap, you can get high spatial resolution cultural vector data, such as building footprints and street maps. So from this it's an open waterways. From this platform alone, you can access waterways, global waterways all over the world. And accessing this data, you can begin to carry out various analysis. That's number 4. Number 5, now, socioeconomic data. This data is one that is, most people think is difficult for them to access. How can I have socioeconomic data? How can I begin to understand agricultural information, poverty rates, health conditions at the global level? From NASA's, this platform is managed by NASA Socioeconomic Data and Application Center. And this data also is also free. It's free for all to access. You can get socioeconomic data ranging from agriculture, climate, health information. I've actually gone through this platform, and you discover from this platform, you can even get information related that relates to population, poverty rates, all over the world. And if you look at the themes, when we talk about themes, they have been produced as thematic maps. You know, this socioeconomic data has been developed as thematic maps from different countries, and you can access them from this platform. Absolutely free. All you need to do is to register on the platform. Number 6, open topography. Now, from this platform, we now advantage is select regions in the world where we can have LiDAR data. You know, LiDAR data are data that has penetration of vegetation. So with LiDAR data, you can actually do high level of digital terrain modeling for infrastructure and irrigation farming from LiDAR data source. The only thing about this platform is not completely available at high precision all over the world. We have 90% in United States, Canada, Australia, Brazil, Haiti, Mexico, and Puerto Rico. But in those areas, those countries of the world, you have high resolution. But if LiDAR data is not available in your area, you can still get coax global dams. are available for download. So what that means is COAS global DEM are not as precise as LiDAR data, but at least you can still access COAS global DEM from open topography for various feasibility study and not high level of precision survey and analysis. Number 7, United Nations Environment Program. Now, from the platform, you can spatial and non-spatial data at various thematic levels. You can also get this. So from this United Nations platform, we can access population, forest, emissions. When we talk about emission, we are talking about climate change data. So if you are interested in understanding the rates of CO2 emissions at the global level, the rate of carbon dioxide emission, greenhouse gases emission at the global level, you can access that data from this platform, and you can begin to use source data for various spatial and non-spatial analysis that you might be interested in. Number 8 that we'll be looking at is the NASA Earth observations. So now from this platform, you can also, this platform is constantly being updated, and you can get constant updates ensuring timely climate information of the globe, accessible in a variety of GIS formats. All raster grids are atmosphere information. If you're interested in atmospheric study, ionospheric study, tropospheric study, you can access such data from this platform. Atmospheric information, energy data, energy study, land administration study, wildlife study, ocean data, and hydrographical analysis. You can access such data from this platform. Let's move on. So I made presentation of 10. I have just 2 more to go in my slide. So the Sentinel satellite data can also be accessed from the link I've provided there. This also has to do with satellite imagery availability. So, and raster. Now, if you look at the advantage, 10-meter resolution satellite data are readily available at your fingertips. Can you imagine that? Most people don't even know. 10-meter resolution. So it's available at your fingertips. All you need to do, register on this platform, and it's globally. Anywhere at all you are interested in this data in the world, you can access it from this platform. And another interesting data in this platform is the Sentinel-2 data. Sentinel-2 data has 11 spectral bands. So if you're interested in vegetation analysis, land discover analysis, you would need this near infrared data format. So you can access this data from this platform. It's open source. It's available to all. The last on my list is the Terrapop platform. So www.terrapop.org. From this platform, you can have user-friendly interface with customized temporal data delivery. So from this platform, the kind of data you have here is micro and environmental data describing land cover, land use, and climate change. So if you see what we've gone through, you'll discover that this same platform that I've shared with us have availability of open data sources. Open data sources available for free. All you need to do is to register on the platform, and you have access to this geospatial data, both vector data, raster data, socioeconomic data, and you can download them for free and carry out several geospatial analysis that you might be interested in solving any of the 17 United Nations goals of the world. So I want to also make this site available for those that are jotting. It will be interesting for you to visit gisgeography.com. On that platform, you can have several other information and several links that I've not provided. You can access it from that platform. So this is just the brief of my presentation, and I want to thank everyone for being on this presentation, and I'm open to taking every question that you might have regarding what I've shared. Open data sources. Let me just go back to the topic. Open geospatial data platform to harness non-official sources for 2030. Thank you again.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, isn't it? Yes, I'm through
Yes,
the presentation.
so I'm giving you a round of applause. Please, can we give Mr. Chika Okorocha a resounding hands of applause, please? Because let me tell you, on the scheme of things, when it comes to this forum worldwide, globally, there is special attention on geospatial data. And the reason is because, I mean, data through geospatial platforms collect any excluded person or tribe or people, wherever they are in the corner of the world. That such platform is able to collect data from people who are excluded. So that's why this topic is one of the most important. It's not just the important, but it's one of the topic that is hinged on leaving no one behind, which is a critical mandate of many of these multilateral organizations like the United Nations World Forum, Data Forum, and also the WHO and the World Bank. So this, what he just explained, is how many sources, geospatial sources that you can access data from. Now there is a call that call for more geospatial data, so that government goes and invests in geospatial data so that it's open and then people can have access. People can also ask questions. Oh, my location is not here. Why? Because what is happening right now is that certain people are not within, are not being counted. Okay, so many of these development projects are collecting data, in different fragments, and there are certain people somewhere that we do not know that are not being counted. So that's why importance is being laid on geospatial data. And I'm sorry, I did not even introduce our speaker. He is he is a speaker from, he's done things like this on different discussion topics around geospatial data from, I think, UK, Asia, and Europe. So he is one person that has the information about how geospatial data can work for the African or for Nigerian development or Nigerian context. So if you have any question from now till any other time, you can let me know. If you want to have extra information from him, if you're interested in being a geospatial data scientist, because I can tell you, not so many people are into geospatial data. We have a few people who are doing well, and they are mostly from non-governmental organization. And he's one person that I found out that his practice is very extensive. We have like 5 minutes or so, or 10 minutes, right? If you have questions to ask him, you can drop it in the chat. I'm going to ask him. If you have, okay, the PDF, someone is asking, how can they get the PDF? So, Mr. Chika, you are going to send the PDF to me, and then everyone who connected to this session, I will send it to you. And please, don't forget to go to our page and follow us, because just in case I am not able to connect and get you via email, I need to follow up with you in order that I send these documents to you. And Mr. Chika, is there any way you can help young people who are interested? There are more questions, but we have the next speaker. But if there are young people who want to learn, get into this space, we have different angles when it comes to data analysis and data analytics. But geospatial is quite very important for humanitarian cause or for certain people who are into NGO. Do you run a course for people like that? Is it something that you want to do?
Exactly. I've just indicated our email contacts in the chat section. Contact us at sacredion.com.
Okay, we are going to send this as well.
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to send this to all the attendees right now. And please, if you have, I just said it before, I'm just saying it again so that we don't forget, make sure to, I think we can take one question. Is there anyone that wants to ask a question? Is there anyone who wants to ask any question? Okay. Okay, so I guess no one wants to ask a question. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sure.
Okay, I think we can take one question before we go. Okay, it's quite, as someone says, it's quite exhaustive. I can tell you, trust me, geospatial data is, he crunched everything in a short time, because I know it's more than this. I mean, like in the application, we did a project where we had to go through into OpenStreetMap, and I can tell you, it took me a while to understand my way around it. So it's not that easy. You have to understand where you're putting your longitude, your latitude. So this, in order to gain knowledge of GIS, geospatial data, you have to actually learn under someone who is good. And please join, I would say there is a call, like I said before, for geospatial data to be open. And I think the government is doing something about it. So this is the right time for you to position yourself as a young person to acquire the geospatial skills. And it's very, very needed, very much needed. We don't have so much data scientists around this in this space. So it's very, 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 very special, because it captures another angle of data analysis, which is not common, like I said before. So I want to say thank you to Mr. Chika Sacredion. Thank you for accepting to speak. And I know that when we call you again, you're going to come.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, isn't it?
We will have requests for for tutorials or trainings from different people, because we're going to post this on our YouTube, and we're expecting that people would ask, oh, where do we get his training? So, and then one thing you need to know is the UN and other multilateral organizations are calling for a synergy between amongst all stakeholders in data ecosystem. So what you're doing right now is you are joining hands with others to build a strong data ecosystem for Nigeria, okay? So in our little corner, we are participating in this event, which is to build a pathway for sustainable data for development. Because what's happening now is there are different people are doing different things, but there's no united coordination. And that's what Data Now Africa is set to achieving. We want to bring people together from all sectors, the stakeholders, then so that we can understand what we have to do, understand what we're already doing, and understand how we can synergize and unite all of these activities. Because that is the main problem, and it's not an African problem. It's not just a Nigerian problem. It's actually a global problem. And there are questions being asked all over the world. What is all of this about? Why do we have to do this? And the answer is, people have to be included. People have to have voice. People have to have their voices heard. And the only way to do that is to count them, to see them, and if you count them and you can see them, and then you cannot actually hear them. So geospatial data gives us the ability to see them, because from the satellite you can see what the regions that are flooded, or the regions that are having issues with disaster, natural disaster, or those that are just excluded from key development projects because they have barriers like rivers, mountains, so we need to understand terrains. How do we reach these people that have natural barriers? Because if we want an inclusive universe, world, we have to reach out to other people like us who are somewhere out there missing out on the resources, and I mean, there are resources that have been given out that for countries to deliver to their communities, but these people are, because of different conditions, they are excluded. So geospatial data helps us to know where they are, and then go there, help us to plan, and then we go there and reach out to them. So this is one of the important part of this night, and I thank Mr. Chika for coming here to give us an exhaustive. This is not, it's exhaustive, but there's so much in between, I know that. So we'll be coming back to you, Mr. Chika, for further trainings, and for those that are interested, we'll send the PDF to you. Please make sure you follow us. If you think you have not gotten through to us, just send us a DM on Facebook. I'm going to recognize you, and we're going to send it right away. So because we are handling a lot of emails, so just in case we miss your email, just send us. In fact, just now, just send us, so that we will just send it to you straight away. Send it to us. Send your emails to our Facebook page. Just go there, like our page. Send something to me, say, hi, I attended Mr. Chika's geospatial presentation. Please, can you send me his PDF? Then we'll take it up from there. Thank you, everyone. I see you, Adeotun. I see you, Chukwu Emeka. And for others that let me check you out. I need to check you out. Okay, I see Olunloyo, Olutosin. I see Chukwu Nenyedu. Thank you so much. I see someone else. I can't see your name, but I want to thank you. I see Sly. Thank you. Oh my God, we have so many people here. I'm so sorry. We have so many people. We have Jane Oluwa. We have two people I can't see their names, but I'm acknowledging you all the way from Abuja. I'm seeing Ndukwe Kajetan. Thank you so much. We're going to be having this again. And if Mr. Chika, please, we will have to talk behind. If other people are interested in taking your course at a very, this is UN. So we are trying to give access to education. So we want subsidized, please. We want subsidized. I'm sorry, we want subsidized. I'm saying this here because that is one of the problems we have, lack of resources for education.